Practical life with toddlers is interesting. It's often messy. It often involves a lot of water. And you just know that. You know that's part of the attraction of it to them. There's a lot of collaborative work around practical life in the beginning. And as the adult, we watch how their motor skills are coming along, how their cognitive skills are developing, and as they appear to be able to do bits and pieces of a piece of work independently, the collaboration diminishes and they take over more and more of the work, till the next thing you know, they're doing the work independently. People marvel sometimes that these children are able to bake bread, for example. The smell of baking bread is a great aspect of a community. But this is a contribution they're making to the communal lunch. It's not something they're just doing for themselves. Their initial motivation, of course, is an egotistical one. But at the lunch itself, someone asks, "Who baked this bread today? It is so good. Thank you so much for baking this bread."
Bon appetit. You may begin to eat. Thank you for waiting.
Pizza.
When I go into an environment, I'm looking for order and cleanliness and the appropriate materials for specific ages. One of the things that's challenging for teachers when they first come out of training is which materials do I have in my environment? However, you don't always have every single child that needs every single material that's in your album at the same time. So you have to look at the children that are there, that are present. Are there things on the shelves that children don't even look at or notice? That environment needs to be dynamic. It needs to change according to the child's needs. And that doesn't mean we change the entire environment every week. But it does mean that we have to observe, to pay attention to what the children are using, what they're not using, what they're misusing as well, because that can be also a flag telling us, okay, this is not an appropriate material right now. They're trying to use it and it's just not working and they're not getting anything out of it and they're actually being destructive with it. So it's not feeding a need. So I'm looking to see that the materials are connected with the children and somehow helping the teacher to understand that also, to train her to observe, to train her eye to see those kinds of things, what the child really needs in terms of their motor skills, in terms of their interests, because it's not only about ability and what they can do, it's also about what they're interested in. Children of this age are showing us every day what they need.
Can you see your face in the mirror?
Meeting the child's needs and realizing that they will get there one day. They have their own path. And they're also going to do it very differently than the way that you do it. So you're going to go in and you're going to, when you finally do give that button presentation, you're going to do it perfectly. And they're going to go in and they're going to pull and they're going to try and, rip that button off because they really want it to get out of that hole right now. And you're going to have to be patient with that and allow the child. And it's not that you didn't do your presentation correctly. It's that the child is learning and they're in a process. And we have to see what they need before we just step in